This is the Unapologetic Jae podcast. I am your host, Jae Michelle. I'm back. We bike. I got one of my dopest and closest friends, and I was about to say something extra. My sister wife. His wife, my sis, Nisha, they in the building. LJ, directed by LJ.
Hi.
I'm not about to play with him. I'm not about to play with him. LJ, what's up?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good. It's been a long time.
Nisha, how you doing?
I'm good.
Beautiful. I'm so happy y'all joined me today.
She is.
She is. You see? Black love. Okay? I'm happy y'all made it.
I like this, so I put a ring on it.
If you like a thing, put a ring on it.
You were supposed to flash the ring because I spent a lot of money on it.
Oh, well, let's see, honey. Let me see.
Bling,
Let me
bling.
look.
Every time I come around, you said it bling, bling.
Okay. Got the diamonds bling. LJ Cunningham.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Cunningham. That's what y'all saved in my phone as Mrs. Cunningham and Mr. Cunningham.
Thank you for overusing my government name.
You know, whatever. It don't matter. So, thank y'all for coming on the show. We were supposed to do this Valentine's. Y'all was a little under the weather. I'm glad y'all are back. Health is wealth. Mm-hmm. Period. Especially, they try to say that Black people are dying at a rapid pace because of COVID. No, we're not. They just want us to take that vaccine.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm not touching that vaccine unless it's absolutely necessary for me to go on about my life. Because, I travel a lot. I'm on a plane dang near more than I'm in a car. And as of right now, I can still move around, but I'm going to avoid it at all. I don't get flu shots. The only vaccines I've had in my life are the required ones to go to school as a kid. So
Ditto.
I'm going to avoid it at all costs. But if it came down to it and it's absolutely necessary, I'll do it. Because
somebody asked me if I would take the vaccine, and I said I would if it were to protect my son.
Mm-hmm.
But see,
if it had to, if there was you have to do because he's gonna get sick, then I would take it. But other than that, they can kiss my ass. I'm not taking that vaccine.
This is my only thing with that. I can take the vaccine, right? And it can prevent me from getting sick. But I can still touch this table
and get
with
everybody
coronavirus
sick
on it, take it home, touch something, and they can still get sick.
Absolutely.
So I don't really see how. I mean, I understand it'll cut down the chances because I won't get sick and be coughing on everything and breathing and spitting. But
my little shrimp told me, because she works in the hospital, in the lab, she tests everything, so she had to get vaccinated. And she was like, it doesn't stop you from getting it. It doesn't stop you from spreading it. It only stops you from being hospitalized and dying from it.
It lowers just like the flu.
Period.
Well, right, I just had coronavirus, so for 90 days I got the antibodies. So I'm going to the strip club, going to the club, going to Miami on the 10th. I'm going to. I'm trying to go back to Atlanta. I think that's where I caught it at, because I'm halfway immune for a good 60 to 90 days. So.
Do what you can in these 90 days.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into the bullshit, let me go ahead and introduce LJ. If y'all don't know LJ, directed by LJ on Instagram, one of the best directors, period, on, I would say in the West Coast, but in the whole United States,
the world,
period. In the world, Craig.
The world, Craig.
Absolutely.
Not just the city, the world.
So if you need a video, a commercial, a movie, IG clip, logo, 3D, sign, or whatever, LJ is the man. Directed by LJ on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's right.
I'm rarely wrong. Period.
But I didn't come here for business today. I came here for shenanigans.
Okay, we'll get into it. Because don't be trying to act humble now.
No, I appreciate that. I really love what I do. I have fun doing what I do. I've been blessed to be able to travel the country, work with a lot of great people, a lot of dope artists, a lot of great organizations and companies, and go on tours. I'm pretty much living my dream. You know, not everybody's...
That's beautiful.
Some people's definition of success is a bunch of cars and money and jewelry and private planes and stuff. But, well, I mean, I got private planes too. Shout out to Amani Jet Aviation.
Shout out to them.
But...
So with that being said, I want to ask you.
That wasn't the end of my sentence.
Oh, go ahead, honey. Go ahead.
My definition of success is doing what you love to do. Like, I watch you do what you love to do, and I think you're extremely successful.
Thank you.
I've seen you and I hip hop to Unapologetic Jae, and it's dope when people go out on a limb and take a chance to do what they love to do and able to make a living doing it.
I appreciate that shit. That shit is motivation for real. Because a lot of people don't step out of their comfort zone and take advantage of the opportunity to do something that they love to do and make a living at it. Some people just like, oh, this is what I like to do, so it's a hobby. Like, you could actually make a living at it. You don't have to, work a 9 to 5, et cetera, et cetera. But that's what I was about to say. Prior to you directing 100% of your time and making it your business, you had a 9 to 5 and you had a job. That's when I knew you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what? I'm thinking about quitting. I want to do this shit full time. That's dope. I motivated you to do so. But at the end of the day, we have the wife here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about all that. So how is it being married and you have your significant others? Like, I want to pursue my dream full time and quit my day job. How do you as a wife support that?
It was hard because that's, like, not gonna lie, like, it was really hard. Like, that's him leaving, like, my guaranteed I'm gonna get this amount of money every 2 weeks to I may not get paid for a while, but I supported him. Yeah. And he did it the right way. Like, he waited until we bought a house, until we was good, and then he was like, you know what, like, we're good, like, I'm gonna go ahead and quit. So I was like, all right. Like,
so that was kind of like the reassurance. Like, all right.
It's been 2 years, and we've been better than when he had a job.
Almost 3 years.
Oh, yeah, almost 3.
Was the reassurance like a better way to accept it? Like, okay, he said we're going to be good. He going to do it. We doing it the right way.
Yeah. Like,
go for it, babe.
Like, if he
do
say
your
he
thing.
Do something, if he say because I'm really like the worrier, like I'm always stressed. Like, I'm
Are you a Virgo?
Worried. No, I'm an Aries.
Oh, okay.
But if he says, like, nope, we're good, I'm like, all right. Like, if he's not stressing, then I know, like, we're good.
But that's dope, though. So how do you get to a point in your relationship where it's like, because a lot of people don't trust when they partner say something. Like, if a partner say, if your partner says, like, yo, we good, a lot of people really don't, like, take that. And just subconsciously, they be like, I don't know. Let me work a couple extra hours and let me try to figure it out because he said we good, or she said we good, but I don't know.
Well, he's never said we're good and we not good. So I don't have...
Hello.
I know when he starts to stress and he's stressed, I'm like, oh, dang, like, now I got to be... But if he say we good, like, I'm not going to worry because I know we good.
How important is that to be a man of your word?
I was raised that way.
Hello.
Like, I lost my father a few years ago, but, like, I can't even be sad about it because he gave me everything I needed to be a man. Like, he taught me how to be a man. And one of the biggest things was take care of your responsibilities, take care of your family first. So everything I do is with my family, my kids, my household in mind. Like, I'm not going to go out and fuck off before I'm making sure I've taken care of everything at home. Like, if the bills aren't paid, I'm hustling. I'm work mode.
Because that comes first.
And for people that know me, I'm a workaholic. Like, I don't leave the house unless I'm working.
Man.
You know
how hard it was to get him in this studio?
Like, I'm literally a workaholic. I work all the time. But when you love what you do, it's not, it never really feels like work.
Yeah.
But that being said, like, I was taught certain things that a man has to live by. Your integrity is number one. Your name means something. So if I do something for you that you pay me $10,000 and I do something for you that you pay me $20, I'm still going to make sure it's quality because my name is attached to it.
Absolutely.
And my name is all I have in this world.
You treat the CEO the same way as you treat the janitor.
That way. It's about being a man of integrity. Like, that's the best way to sum it up.
That's so important. Integrity. That's so important.
So, I mean, and she knows, like, I'll go to the end of the earth to make sure all the girls in my house are A1. So if we need something, I'm gonna get it. If she say, oh, I want to go to such and such, but we can't afford, yes, we can, book it. Boom, I'm gonna grind it out and do it. because I wouldn't be able to do this without her.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've been involved in a lot of things in my life, and nothing has panned out all the way until I did something that I had her full support on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I would spend my time out.
So what is that? What is that saying that a rich man said? Like, you won't be successful until you have. I'm paraphrasing. You won't be successful until you have a good woman next to you.
I don't know that that's completely true. I don't feel like you can't be successful without it, but it's a hell of a lot easier when you got a good woman that supports you. But it comes from you prioritizing. Like, we think as men, especially like when you come from a certain demographic, certain background, we think we're supposed to get out and hustle to provide. And if I'm out working and hustling and you miss me at home and I'm not taking care of home, you're supposed to understand I'm just out here doing this for you. Right. But in actuality, it's crazy how the universe works, because if you take care of home first, number one, you actually get more freedom to be out and do what you need to do. Number two, everything seems to fall into place better when you take care of the home base first. Like, I was telling one of my homies the other day, he was telling me been working on his house. He's like, man, I've been spending my money like making my house look nicer and look better. I said, man, you're investing in the home base. When you have a base of operations, when you leave home, now your objective is to make it back home. So everything you do is conducive towards what's at home. Period. You know, when you have a solid base, everything else falls into place. Right. And then you're not out just wandering aimlessly. You're out for a specific purpose. You have a goal, and then you get home. Go
and do this, and your other goal is to go back home. But at the same time, you want to make sure when you leave your family at home, like you said, he was working on his house, that the family is good at home. You know what I'm saying? I think that's super dope. That's why I wanted y'all to come on here, because it's not too many Black young couples that's married. Believe it or not, they're younger than me. They're younger than me. I feel old as hell. But yeah, it's not too many Black couples. And I just want to show everybody that, you know, Black love is real. Black marriage is real. And then there are really men who, you know, probably didn't start off that way. But when you learn as you go, you learn how to be a better man, a better husband for your family.
I mean, like, but one thing that's important to know, like, we're good. And our life, like, from the outside looking in, looks great. Real good. But like, we've been together for 15 years. Ooh. I was 19 years old when I met her.
That's commitment.
So, we're not even the same people at all.
Absolutely not
the same people at all.
Yeah,
I was thinking about that the other day. I was just driving down the street, and it's like, you have to be okay with change and growth to be with somebody. I don't know why the fuck I was thinking that. I don't know what I was listening to, but you have to be okay with some type of level of change and growth to grow with somebody.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? We're not the same people, like, at all.
Yeah. Like, and we continue to change. But the point I was getting at, it's important, like, that people know relationships aren't just like magically beautiful and perfect. Like, we've been through a lot of stuff, you know, and it's about staying. It's about staying down and really wanting it more than the forces that pull it away. Mm-hmm. And then just like she said, we're different people. When she met me, I was young, wild, like, I was nuts. Like she really saved my life, because I started pulling away from the streets when I started hanging out with her, because I liked the feeling of it. I liked hanging out where she lived, because she lived in a nice area. I liked being around her family, because it reminded me of how my family used to be before a whole bunch of stuff started tearing people in different directions. Mm-hmm. Like, it saved me from where I was going. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then when we had our first daughter, it really saved me, because it gave me something to live for. Like, it really gave me purpose. Period. But like, even then, from 2005 to 2021, we go through stuff, but we learn each other every day, and we never stop learning each other, because we understand that we continue to change as we grow, as we get older, as experiences happen.
So I wanted to ask y'all, because everybody talk about the best part of marriage and, you know, the happy times of marriage, and it's so beautiful, but like you said, like, it's not, haven't always been that way. But a lot of people don't know how to get through the hard times, how to communicate, how to, fight it out, argue, when to let it go, when to address it, when to talk, when to communicate. Because like my ex relationship, there would be issues, but I didn't know when to communicate. He didn't know when to communicate because, we didn't live together. So it was like, oh, we didn't see each other for like a couple of days. And then it's like when you get together, it's like, oh, we together. And it's all cute and you don't want to rock the boat and you don't want to kind of like fuck up the vibe. So the shit gets swept under the rug. And then when an argument come about, then it's like World War III. It's like, so how do you handle the hard times? How do y'all get through that? Because that's what people don't talk about.
She's better to answer that than me because I give her a hard time for sure.
Like, honestly, I used to be the type that did sweep it under the rug. Like, I'm not going to say nothing, like, we're good. But, like, honestly, like, I've learned, like, just from stuff that we've been through, like, if I got an issue, like, I'm going to say it. Like, don't wait days. Don't act like stuff is all good. Like, let me tell you what it is, what I have an issue for. And maybe it's not even an issue. Like, once we talk about it and address it, like, it's not really what I thought it was.
Right.
So, like, I've had to learn to not hold on to stuff for days. Just if I got an issue, let me tell you. And what I probably got an issue, it's not really an issue.
It's
like,
not really an issue.
It's not, okay.
Maybe like a miscommunication.
Right. Let me not be mad for 4 days and not ignore you over something that's not even nothing.
No, it could be 4 months. Like,
oh my gosh.
And then let something happen, and then it
blow
she pulled
up.
a list out. Remember on August 3rd, 1997.
And you did, and you said,
I said, bro, why you didn't say something about that then? Like, we could have been cleared that
but
up.
it's like what you said, though. Like, if things are good, like, why do I want to bring this up when we're good? Like, why?
Like, we chilling, watching this good movie.
I might still be mad, but I'm not going to tell you.
We snuggled up, and it's in my mind, like, yeah, so the other day, we said, I don't want to mess up the vibe.
That's when she do it, when everything's all good, when we chill. I'm thinking it's a good day, and be like, so this how it go. It'd be like, can I ask you something and don't get mad, and you can't get mad. Oh, it's finna get ugly. What did I do? Who did I smile at for too long? Who did I hug and did the little rock back and forth?
Oh gosh, you did one too many rocks.
Like what?
Who'd you laugh at 4 times?
Right, like 1, 2, 3.
Right.
No, and then the pat. Like no,
Exactly.
girl, you're doing too much. Let go.
I try to be.
Let go of my man.
Right. I try to be better. Like
she. But that's the thing. Like we went through some things a few years ago, and it forced us both to look at ourselves. You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest problem where people have issues in relationships is they won't look at themselves. You won't look at what's underlying causes to why you are this way or why you react this way or why this hurts you. Like I may do something that strikes a nerve with her, and it's not because of inherently what I'm doing strikes a nerve, but because of trauma in the past.
Triggers.
Yeah, and what I do reminds her of that or vice versa. You know, so it's like, number one, being honest with yourself and learning yourself. And then number 2, your partner learning that about you and knowing that like the way I talk to you isn't the same way I can talk to her because she's a different person, has a different communication style. And even though I may not be wrong for talking the way I talk, the purpose of communication is for the audience to receive and understand the point you're trying to make. So no matter how right I feel I am, if you're not receiving that point, it's useless.
What I always
So
say, the key to effective communication is comprehension.
Comprehension is more important than the word communication. Because you can communicate all day long.
And then right after comprehension is understanding.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't have to
See, we can't sing, but there's somebody in the building that can. I'm not gonna put them on blast.
Okay. Hello.
And honestly, like I had to realize too, like a lot of my issues that I had, they weren't with him. Like I had to go to therapy. Like I know people don't like talking about therapy, especially Black people. Like I had to go to therapy and deal with stuff that I had deep rooted for like my dad and other issues to be like, okay, it's not really him. Like it's issues that I have within that affects me when he does certain stuff. Yeah. So I had to go to therapy for a while.
Yeah, I think that's really dope. That when you can recognize, like, you know, I need help.
Because it's
And
one thing.
I need therapy.
Right. For him to say something, what you say, somebody tell a complete stranger that's just looking in, they're like, okay, it's you. I'm like, ugh. Like,
Damn.
thanks.
But yeah,
but like
I started therapy as well because, you know, I want to be the thing that I went through with my baby daddy, like him and I are like great now. But
Shout out to my Jamaican brother.
But the things that I went through during my pregnancy and after with him, you know, triggered a lot of things from. I kept finding myself saying, "That's my daddy. That's my daddy. That's my daddy." You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get me some help. So I've been in therapy for about a month now.
And it's I personally think I'm gonna go back because it's not, and even like it's not, you don't have to have an issue with your spouse, like it's sometimes
just
it's
the issue
about
period.
you, like
Yeah.
even before, like, and I went for a while by myself before I even came, like brought him to a session with me. Like there was a lot of stuff that I didn't know that I had an issue within myself, like with my dad as well, like that affected like our relationship, and I didn't know until like a complete stranger told me.
You
like,
don't know because you just feel what you feel, and then you try to like harbor it and like console it in your own specific way, whether it's like Jameson or shopping. You know, girls are eating or whatever we do when we just trying to make ourselves feel better. And so it's like you just need to like listen. I need help. Let me talk to somebody.
You know,
and it takes a stranger because he's told me a lot of the same stuff that the therapist has told me.
It's different when somebody don't know you.
Right. I didn't listen until the therapist told me.
Exactly.
like things changed when her dad came to live with us for a while, because then she realized that's when there was the real realization that it's like, you know, I'm making him pay for my dad's sins.
But also you realize too that I'm a certain way because
no, on both sides. Like it made me like now I get why you're that way.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it.
But isn't that so refreshing when you realize like,
not necessarily
I see
because
but because you could fix it now. Like
yeah,
you know
but not
where
everybody
it's coming
looks
from.
at it like that, man. Sometimes it's hard to face realities of things.
This is true.
Especially when it's like, oh, I'm that way because of my upbringing or because of my parents. I didn't choose my parents. I didn't choose this. So it's like, how do you change that?
And then a lot
you
of
might
us
feel more helpless.
And then a lot of us grow up in certain ways in certain situations, and it's normal to us because we don't know. Like, that wasn't okay.
And that's the thing. We both come from like even though like a lot of times I may make her feel a certain way because her life there was more stability in my eyes. In my eyes, from the outside looking in, it's like, well, you lived in a nice area. You had stability. I moved around. And
it's crazy. People like us that have that stability. And people who don't, it's like your life is better than ours, and it's like, it's not.
Yeah, but when you really look at it, like if anything, she may have had it harder than me. Like I grew up in the hood, and then I moved, back, and I had a certain set of experiences, but. You know, there's a lot of things about my life that was a lot more stable than what she went through and what she dealt with. And like when it came to like, I grew up a bulk of my time with my dad and my grandmother. And
that's a beautiful combination.
You don't know my dad and my grandmother.
But just saying, as a grandmother who has the knowledge, and then as a father who like,
she ain't met Miss Hattie. Miss Hattie was
just in my mind, a general grandma is like.
We all learned how to cuss from Miss Hattie.
Period. You learn how to cuss from your grandparents.
Look.
Mine,
My granny. My granny will whip out on you and spark on you.
That's how my great grandfather
was. My granny was a 4'11" shooter.
Oh,
come snuggle and watch tennis with her on the couch after
she whip out on you. She be like, come here. You know you my baby. You know you my favorite. But shit, you be working my nerves. Your ass gonna get shot.
That's how my great grandfather was. Jamaican man. cussed everybody out. Get the fuck out of my house. What the fuck y'all doing here anyway? Like, we'll come visit for the weekend. He just cussing everybody out.
His grandma.
Yes.
My granny was
I love my
granny was
great-grandpa.
4'11", bright skinned, and will spark on you.
And rest in peace, Mr. James Ball. He was a great man. My Jamaican grandpa.
James is a great name, just for the record.
Yeah, your name, my daddy name.
My dad's name.
Here we go.
My cousin's name, my uncle's name.
James Jackson. Rest in peace.
That's my granny's maiden name was Jackson. But what I was saying, like I grew up.
We might be cousins.
I grew up with my dad and my granny. It's like they were there. You know, they were always there. They provided any and everything I needed. Like, even though I grew up in a certain type of community, I didn't grow up wanting for nothing. You know, I never say I came from the gutter. I started from never.
Yeah, I can't say that.
You know,
either.
I was raised well. I was raised by good people. You know, I just
Absolutely.
You know,
it's beautiful.
we're all going to be influenced by our environment.
But that's good. That's good to know, because it's like you got me, you got you got Nisha. We was never raised in like the gutter. Like, even though I grew up in South Central Los Angeles on 43rd and Hoover and 43rd and Avalon, like I was always provided for. I didn't have nothing to worry about. I wasn't exposed to the streets or nothing like that. That's probably why people be like, "You ain't from Compton, you from the Valley." No, bitch, I'm from Compton. But when you have people like us, that is like, we got some type of values, not from the hood, that doesn't mean that there isn't any type of trauma there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then that's a good message for people that really is in the gutter, that think our life is better than theirs, when it's like, at the same time, like, trauma is trauma.
Right, exactly.
Just like a sin is a sin. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's hurtful either way.
But
and you
see-
have to heal from it either way.
But see, I have that too, though, because I you know, I was off the porch too. So, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna go into that or anything.
No,
but it's
you know,
like, it's a lot of
gang,
things-
whole lot of gang shit.
It's a lot of experiences that, you know, that you run into when you do come outside and when you do jump off the porch. So, but you know, I don't regret any of it. Like, man, like
Let me ask you.
I have brothers
Because you have daughters, right? And I have a son. Right?
Congratulations.
Thank
mama.
you. Thank you. I can't wait to bring him to see y'all. First of all, it's been a year since I seen y'all.
I know.
2019.
COVID.
Yeah, but 2019 Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you was drunk. She was drunk, y'all. She came to my house and was drunk, y'all.
I left my baby daddy house from losing money from a parlay that I did.
And she was drunk, y'all.
I was
As
drunk,
fuck.
shoot.
Not even
It was
on. I was
Christmas.
pregnant at the time.
She was drunk, y'all.
Oh, shoot, you were.
Yes, I was. Didn't even find out till February. But
She was drunk with a baby in her, y'all.
shut the fuck
So
up.
was I. We was in Mexico.
That was only the first. That was the first baby.
It don't matter.
We need to make them.
That's why she's
another
crazy
baby.
now, because her ass was drunk in the womb.
But yeah, I haven't seen y'all for a year.
Because, you know, we don't go nowhere. He, like,
Yeah, it was
I'll be
COVID and all
everywhere.
type of shit. But me having a son, like, I want to teach my son.
Oh,
Like,
you was about to ask me something about with me having daughters.
you have daughters, but I have a son. So I want to teach my son everything. Duh. Like, we from the hood, we from the streets, but we ain't like gutter street. But we got access to gutter street. But we also got access to other things, you know what I'm saying? So it's like with having daughters and then having a son, like you said, your father taught you and then you have big homies and stuff like that. So it's like with me having a son, I don't want him to
Be sheltered.
I don't want him to be
be too
sheltered, but
far-
to have access.
So-
Because I wasn't sheltered, but I had access. Like, I know what the
Yeah.
streets is
But
about.
see, and that's kind of the fine line we're walking right now, because like we don't censor our kids or what I mean we don't even censor what they're exposed to, really. Like, it's not just a free for all, but we explain things to them. Like, if they see something, they're gonna get the
And I love
the
that.
knowledge of it from us.
That's
they
what I
can listen
want.
to
I
music
love
that talk
that.
about whatever, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you the realities of what you're listening to.
Because
right?
pa-
but
yeah,
hold
go ahead.
on, because my daughter is 13 years old.
Okay.
Right? My daughter doesn't know what a gang is, doesn't know what weed is. I was completely shocked because she be on TikTok and everything else. She don't know. She is oblivious, right? But it's like at 13, I was smoking weed. I had lost my virginity. I was like, I knew what
13?
I lived in
That's what I
the
said.
gang neighborhood.
Well, it wasn't 8.
Like-
Thank God.
But that was regular. Like,
But
There's
like-
women pedophiles out here.
Yeah, like number one, I'm a dude. Number two, like I'm from a certain
That's not okay.
area. No, I'm not saying it's okay, but
that
by
was regular.
society,
But we just learned that it's not okay.
That was regular.
Because that was hella regular. Like,
Look, but by-
when did you lose your virginity? 8 years old. Like, okay.
Look, but
Yeah,
by
that was-
society standards, it's more okay for a male than a female.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like it wasn't look like, oh, that's crazy. It was more like high fives and handshakes. You know what I mean?
How can we navigate around that? I don't want my son being like,
we can't. Like,
all you gotta do is have bitches. Like, no, I'm gonna teach him to
He's gonna go off of what he sees
I
around
can't even
him.
think of the word. Like, to protect your body, like, be selective of who you give your body to. Like, it doesn't matter. You're gonna have boys around that's gonna tell you that you're gonna need a lot of bitches.
He's gonna go by what the common influence is around him and what he sees.
So I didn't want children.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't
Like,
got time to be stressed.
But it's that's why it's important that first influence be at home.
I don't even want him to dap his
That's
thing when he
that's gonna
pee. I
happen.
want him to wipe himself.
Look,
like, get a tissue and wipe the tip of your dick.
We
when
don't
you
do that.
pee.
Couple hard shakes till it ain't dripping
No,
no more.
I
And take
don't
it
want
away
no
and
hard
go.
shake.
What you mean?
No, you gotta wipe it.
Look,
Oh my
that-
god.
Look, your idea of what a little boy is and the reality of a little boy, he gonna come in a house with worms. He's gonna, like,
see,
I'm good with that because I'm a tomboy, but as a woman, as a girl at the time, experiencing a little boy want to do it to you, and he come to you talking about suck my dick, and it smell like pee. Like, sir, don't embarrass yourself like that.
But that's things we learn through experience.
Yeah, and I'm gonna teach my son, like, keep your tip of your dick clean. Especially when you talk about, let me just put the tip in. Like, make sure it's clean first. Don't be giving nobody no fucking yeast infections, bro.
And that's why it's important that the first influence comes from home. Because if he get to that age and the girl like finna even give him any type of action, and he gonna think about, dang, my mom said that I better keep it clean because if she want to put it in her mouth and it smell like pee, she ain't gonna do it, and I want her to put it in her mouth.
Period. So let me keep my dick clean. Exactly.
Like my mom used to always say, don't no woman like no man with dirty fingernails. So it's like, I be looking, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I don't clip my nails and they'll get dirty and I be
cleaning your nails?
Yes.
But it's so funny. But it's so funny because you don't even realize at the time when they tell you, but when you become an adult, it's like a subconscious message in the back of your head, like, damn, is my shit clean? Is the tip of my dick clean? If I'm not cut, is my SMegma wiped off? Like, and my baby daddy didn't even know what that was. He was like, you want to get him circumcised? I'm like, yeah, because I don't want my baby having SMegma. And I want him to get some good top when it's time for him to get some top. He was like, what's SMegma? I was like,
Wait, what is that?
I don't know, because all real niggas get circumcised.
No, I don't know what that is, though. What is that?
Okay, so SMegma, basically, when you're not circumcised, so the skin is pulled over the whole penis, right? So when you pee, when it's dirty, when it's lotion, whatever, it all gets stuck under that skin. So when you pull it back, it's like this white film, stinky. It kind of smells like earring backs, and it's
I know there was a name for that.
it's called SMegma.
Oh,
Yeah, it's nasty. And it gives people yeast infections.
Why do we always get to talk about genitalia when it comes to you?
What it got to me?
Yeah, you always bring up
Some
genitalia.
people too. I don't see.
But
why
you have
would
to know.
want to circumcise your son.
I don't know.
It hurt. It broke my heart.
I don't have a son.
But it's
so.
better. I don't.
I heard him crying from the room. I said, "Oh, my baby."
Well, because they used to do it when they were born, right? Now they wait.
Yeah,
like
I waited
2
almost
months, 3 months.
I waited. It was like a week before it was too late that I waited because I was like,
They say it's better to wait now, though.
probably about a week or so. Yeah, but he got it done, and I was like, oh my
You got to. You
God.
don't want nobody talking about your son's little.
Period. I want my son to have the best head experience
I
he
don't want
could
to be
get.
talking about baby penises right now at all. Like we could go to switch the subject.
I just want my
This
baby
is
to
not
get
it.
the
Not
best.
on a Sunday. This is the Lord's Day.
I just want my baby to get the best head he could possibly get when it's that time.
That's kind of weird, Lady
when
Boosie.
You pull it out.
Let's talk about Boosie.
We ain't gonna talk about Boosie.
No, we're gonna talk about Boosie because how are you gonna say that? Why are y'all talking about Lori Harvey like she shouldn't get the credit? The men who's smashing her should get the credit.
I don't really care. Like at the end
That's
of the day,
weird. Like, you're.
you know what? We're too obsessed with other people's lives. Like live and let live. You know what I mean? Like, who's to say what's right and wrong? Like,
This is true.
And then in the internet age, everybody has an opinion, but it's like,
But I just like
you don't
the
have
way-
to stand behind nothing you say.
I just like the way
was raised
everybody
different.
skipped over the fact that he hired women to pleasure his son and nephew.
And don't you got
That's
like 12
weird
kids?
too. Like, it's all weird.
A whole bunch of kids.
I don't even want to talk about Boosie. Like, to be honest with you, like, that's that man's life, and who's to say what's right and wrong? Like, you can't really tell. Like, everybody.
That's
got too many
like
opinions on everything.
y'all like checking out like y'all homeboys, like teenage homeboys, and hooking Asia up. Like,
No, it's not. It's not that, because we're
see,
going to change the
you
subject.
see the
'Cause he's
difference?
no,
you see the
'cause we're talking
difference?
about girls.
No,
You see the
no,
difference?
it's not
Yeah.
because we're talking about
Mom's
girls.
daughter.
Did you hear what I said after that? Because we're changing the subject.
Because
Okay.
we're talking about his
So what's the next
daughter.
No,
subject?
it's because I don't give a shit what
So what's
Boosie does.
what's the subject?
I don't know, man. This your show.
Oh, now it's my show.
I'm good with a
Oh,
camera.
now it's my show.
I'm good with a
Okay.
camera.
He gonna let you talk now.
Okay, so let's talk about your camera. So you shot probably all of LA, probably all of the talent in Vegas.
Not really, because I'm pretty selective on who I work with.
You are very selective because they actually have to have money and pay and
It's-
have a budget.
it's-
Because a lot of y'all be talking about nothing and be
You know-
wanting a whole bunch of shit for nothing. And my bro ain't finna do it. Period.
She said that, not me, but she might be right. But
I'm right.
Because
Ain't
you
no
don't
Mikey.
want to say it. That's why.
you know what? Like,
Cause at the end of the day, don't let this persona right here fool y'all. This man is about his business. Number one. Number two, he not finna give y'all like no discounts or nothing like that. But at the same time, he not gonna cuss you out. He not gonna say anything rude to you. He gonna be as humble as possible. And a lot of people try to take advantage of that. But at the end of the day, if you don't have your budget together, budget meaning I want to spend $10,000 on a video, or I want to spend $1,500 on a video, or I have $200 to spend. Tell him what you want front. He's gonna tell you, oh, for $200, I can give you this. For $15, I could give you this.
Somebody that can do something
Period.
for you.
Or 10 racks, I can do this. And then you could decide what you want to do. But please don't come to my man's asking for nothing for free.
You know why she's doing this? Because
Period.
she's been putting her bid in to be my assistant for quite a while, and so
You know, I did when I had the time, and now I don't have the time because I have a child to raise and a business to run and a podcast to do. So I don't have the time. But at the end of the day, don't try to shortchange my guy. Period. If you got 10 racks, be like, I got 10 racks for you. What can you do for me?
So
And he gonna tell you, I could do this, I could do that, I could have it this time, this time, this time. The last man he shot, they was in somebody's desert with llamas.
whoa,
I don't even know where it
you
came
might
from.
want to rephrase that because it sounded like I'd have shot somebody in the desert around some llamas.
Shot video when he filmed them, creating a video, creating a visual.
You know what? Money's not the most important thing.
It's not, but it's just the principle behind it.
This is my turn because we talking about my business now. You know what? I'm selective because exclusivity breeds value. If you come to me and I do a video for you and it's great quality, and then I do a video for the next dude, and then I do the video for your cousin's little cousin's next door neighbor's best friend's hairdresser's son, then it's like now it's not special that you did a video with me, that you spent money for me to shoot your video, because everyone has access to me, right?
This is true.
And so now I'm devaluing your work that you did and that you invested into, because now it's not as valuable because anybody can go get that. It's a pro club now.
Damn.
It's not a Gucci t-shirt.
At the Sloss and Swap meet, my nigga.
I'm from San Bernardino, so we're gonna say the Waterman.
Okay.
It's really about like maintaining the integrity of my work, because I really enjoy what I do.
That's
and
important.
I don't want to oversaturate it to where it becomes a burden.
That's important.
And I don't love it and I'm not passionate, because my work is the way it is because I'm passionate about the things I do.
And you don't want it to become work.
It's still work.
No, when I say when I
don't want
say
it to
It's
become.
enjoyable.
when I
work,
say
though.
you don't want it to come work is when it's like you said earlier, when you're doing what you love, it's not work. But then if it starts feeling like a job,
Yeah.
it's like
But it's like, okay,
people will
so-
take the joy out of it.
Okay, so I work with Yada a lot. everybody knows that. It's apparent if you look at my Instagram. Like,
Correct.
Yada and I work together a lot.
Shout out to me.
Right? And most people think it's just because, shout out to her, she introduced us at a Currency concert, and it's been a go ever since. So, yeah, shout out to her.
Hello.
But a lot of people think it's because, Yada just pays them money, so they work. Like, we have a working chemistry. And the energy is good. We have fun. Like, he lets me be creative.
Can I say something about that?
Not yet. He's not too tough to have fun in his videos. You know, and he allows me to be creative. So it's fun and it's a good vibe.
I was just about to say that, but
you know what I mean? Like, it's I really have fun. Like, you know, it's not all about like, a lot of people think it's just all money and there's a hard line on what you will and won't do for a hard dollar amount. Sometimes the energy and the creativity and the art and the creation is worth more than $1.
Absolutely.
And dealing with good people that have good energy and that have your best interests at heart.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So everyone you see me work with, either I have a personal relationship with outside of business, or we did good business, or we had a great time creating.
Right. And then to piggyback off of that goes into what you were saying. It's not about the hard dollar amount. It's about the quality of the work. So a lot of people, you know, will throw money at you. I'll pay you this. I'll pay you that. I'll pay you this. I'll pay you that. Like, it doesn't matter how much money you give me. I want to do quality work. You know what I'm saying? I want to give you a quality product. You know, and my name is attached to it. Yeah. And a lot of people in the music industry don't understand that. They just like, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. Oh, you didn't want to work with me, and I was going to give this much and this. But it don't matter. Because growing up in a strip club and being raised in a strip club, all money ain't good money.
Don't stop. Pop that.
Don't make them the money, girl. Money make you.
So I want to say this for artists.
It's the quality of the work. It's not always about money. It's not always about what you could pay somebody. Because your attitude could be shitty and we can't work together.
And that's exactly what I was about to say. I need artists to understand this. If you want the best quality work, if you want somebody to be passionate about what they're doing for you, have a good energy about yourself. Like, the way you carry yourself, the way you interact with people, your energy is worth more than gold.
Period.
Like, you can come give me $5,000 and we can shoot a video and you could be a complete a-hole the whole time.
Asshole. You could be a complete
I'm not going to be
dick.
passionate about it. You can come give me $500 and be like, and have the most amazing energy.
And then you going to go all in for that $500.
I'm gonna be excited
and then
about
that 15 be like, whatever. Let's get this motherfucker whatever, because his attitude was...
How you treat people in this world goes a lot further than anything else. A lot of people...
It goes a lot further than monetary value.
One of my homies, man, like, and this is like probably one of the sayings that sticks with me the most. And he said this recently. Shout out to Natter, man. But he said, some people are so rich that all they have is money.
It's money. Mm-hmm.
And it's like people think like, oh, I got this, I'm flashy, I'm the man. But if you don't treat people well and you don't have a good energy, you're not gonna get far. Like, a lot of the things,
your legacy, what you leave behind, is what people think of you.
She don't know my pet peeve. She like cutting me off.
I cut him off.
I know.
I'm still trying.
Turn this camera to the wide angle so you can catch this thing. You don't miss none of it.
We know that.
We just
period. That's it.
But for real, like, your energy will get you far, and how you treat people, man. Like, a lot of my opportunities, a lot of the things I've been blessed to be able to do didn't come from the quality of my work. It came from, like, just interacting with people and
your
having
reputation.
a good heart and having a good energy and taking your name and your word seriously. And integrity will get you further than anything else.
In everything that you do. Integrity, work ethic.
Oh, for
honesty.
Sure. Consistency is key. It's better to be consistently average than to be great one day and terrible the next. Be consistent. Be who you say you are. Like, if I know you, when we're talking about relationships and stuff, they say what's the best part of marriage is like the security of knowing. I don't got to go on a date and find out that you was a tranny. You know what I mean? Because that's a real thing right now, especially in Las Vegas.
This is true.
You feel me? I don't got to go out on a date and then find out all the homies.
I know when I get home and I done splurged and did everything I need to do, I'm going to go home and I'm gonna give me some good stuff. Or I'm going to sit on the couch and cuddle with you and watch TV till we fall asleep.
Hold on. We split up in 2012, right? I was dealing with somebody else or whatever.
You was cheating?
No, I wasn't.
No, we was.
Oh, y'all split up and then
you see how she said no real fast? That should tell you it wasn't me.
Yeah.
No, I was playing. But I was dealing with somebody else, and my homegirl Lala was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "What you mean?" She's like, "You need to go home to your baby mama." This was before we were married.
I like her.
Look,
hey, Lala.
Man, Lala fake. Nah,
hey, Lala girl.
I love Lala, but she goes, "You need to go home to your baby mama." I said, "Man, that's over with. I'm never." She goes, "Yeah, right. So-and-so don't know how you like your eggs in the morning." Woo, that hit hard. Because it's deeper than that. Like, she can go to any store and get me what I want without asking me. She can go to any restaurant.
It's about somebody
You've invested in something. Somebody has learned you. And then you throw it all away for something shiny.
Child,
you know what I mean?
Are we preaching today? It is Sunday. Hello. What's up? No, for real.
I just wanted to say
no, but you... I just wanted to big my wife up real quick and myself.
I ain't bringing her up. I'm still...
and myself. I mean, you know...
let me say it in the mic. I'm still that nigga. She's lucky.
The opportunity that has been presented to me that I had to like make good with, I guess, you know, when I wanted something else, like what y'all have, it's like...
You don't want these problems.
But I do at the end of the day, because like you said, I would rather have them with somebody that I know and that's going to understand and willing to learn each other and go through
like
no, not nothing Jacquees said.
I'd rather be with you and all your bullshit.
No. Not you and your bullshit. I'd rather be with you.
But that's what it really is.
But I'd rather be with you and learning you and understanding you and going through the changes and loving you unconditionally, so it doesn't matter what we go through, we can get through it.
But that's
you know what I'm saying?
But what he said.
But yes, that's what he meant. I'd rather be with you and all your bullshit.
That's the better way to think about it. If you think about it that way, you have realistic expectations. Like we all have our limits, right?
Yeah.
We have our deal breakers, right? So it's like we have our requirements, our bare minimums. I need this, and this out of somebody.
Right.
Right. And then we have, I don't like these things, but these aren't necessarily deal breakers. But these are deal breakers.
Some shit I could deal with, and then the shit I can't deal with.
Right? Because nobody's perfect.
So what do you do?
Let me finish.
Okay.
So
because I have a question.
We have unrealistic expectations of what we're going to get in this world sometimes, right? So what it is when you find somebody, because it's easy to find the good things in people. That's why there's always the honeymoon phase, or when you're dating somebody and everything's fun and everything's, all fine and dandy. But when you find somebody and they're bullshit, you can deal with it.
It's tolerable. Yeah.
Not tolerable, because then it's
well,
like
dealing with intolerable is the same
but
thing.
you can I can deal with that. Like I can live with that. It's not gonna, But all the good, if they're hitting all my requirements on that point, we got something good. We've invested time into each other, learning each other. We built something together.
Right.
And the shit that is not the favorable traits,
right.
I can deal with that. That's not like, because the problem is we get, I like her, but I don't like this. But it's okay because we can change that. That'll change later. No.
You don't know if it's going to change
when
later.
somebody show you who they are, take it at face value. That's who they are. So you have to accept that. And we won't accept that. We look at potential and ride off of potential. Okay,
that's another story. But I want to ask you first before we go into potential, because that's something I want to talk about too. But what do you do when you come across somebody who's not willing to love unconditionally and say, you know what, these are the bad things that I can deal with. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not going to be good. But when they're not good, you know what? It's not good. So I'm just not going to deal with it.
Then they need to leave and find somebody else. There's a lot of people in this world. Like, don't settle for something that ain't for you. And that's what we do a lot of times. We settle for something that ain't for us.
Right.
That's why people be unhappy. That's why they side chicks got a side chick and they cheating on them with their husband. Like, it's like, because you settle for something that ain't for you. Don't settle for something that ain't for you.
So falling in love with potential, is it wrong? Me personally,
wrong.
I don't feel like it's wrong. Maybe because I'm not married. I don't know. But if you met him, right? You saw something in him.
I was cute than a motherfucker.
Whatever. You saw something in her. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all been, like you say, y'all been married for 15 years.
No, we've been married for almost 6 years. We've been together for 15 years.
Okay, excuse me. But when you met him,
go through the trial period first, the 10-year.
But look,
I had to.
but look at the person who don't ever want to get cut off. So, y'all met, but you know there was growth that had to be, and then there were things that weren't really in line with what you believe your significant other should be. But you saw the potential in him. She saw the potential in you, and then you got together, growed, learned. Is that not how potential works? Because to me, in my mind, potential is like if I see something in you, and I know you could be, you're my boyfriend, but you could be my husband.
I don't think that's what happened. I think we fell in love with the now. Like we
But I'm just saying, like in general, like that doesn't happen when we're talking about falling in love with potential.
But I don't. But that's what.
Well, you didn't look at her and was like, "That's my wife."
No, but
Right.
Like I said, we was together 10 years before that even happened.
Right.
So my thing is like falling in love with the now, with today. Like living today, because we
Don't
have
look too much into the
we
future.
have expectations of each other for tomorrow, and that like enjoy today. Learn what's going on today.
Right.
And we had a lot to learn too. Like if
Yeah,
we would
we
have got
would-
married,
we
15, we would have been divorced,
Yeah, for
hating
sure.
each other. Like
For sure.
divorced, for
I'd
sure.
have been a pimp.
No, you wouldn't have.
Yeah, I'd have been a pimp.
But
Shout out to Adam Rose.
Dang, how did it go there? That is not a
Shout out
is a
to-
chef. That is a world-renowned chef.
Shout out to the big
We just in the business of incriminating people on your show, huh? You know that is
That
against
is not
the law.
no type of incrimination.
That is against the law.
Listen.
Damn, Adam Rose is a music artist and a chef. Sheesh.
First of all, it's not illegal. I mean, it is, but whatever.
They give me football
Anyway,
numbers for it, so it's for sure illegal. But
shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
I'm a pug.
You ain't a Paul. You a nigga that steal.
You watch too many movies.
Way too many movies. Whatever. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it was like potential. It was like, okay, if you see something in somebody, you
and
like.
that's why you get disappointed. Because you're riding a potential, and you put up with shit that you wouldn't because the potential of it being better. Fuck potential. Live in today. Learn that person today. If you're not in love with who that person is in front of you, minus the potential, then you're not with the right person.
So that goes into unconditional love.
No, because sometimes unconditional
See how
love,
tricky this shit is?
But sometimes unconditional
Relationships is tricky.
Unconditional love is confused with tolerance for bullshit.
This is true too.
Love
And
is
sometimes you have to fall out of love to fall in love again. Like that's happened to us.
Hello.
Yeah, she
You know how many times?
stopped loving a nigga.
But how do you go through that though? Like how hard is that to literally have to lay next to somebody that you really can't stand at the moment, but you have the faith like we gonna get back to it.
But it's
You
usually
be
it's
texting
always,
one of them Shamar Moore looking niggas with lip gloss on. You know, then you look to your left in the
No,
bed.
she don't.
Then you look to your left in the bed at the nigga that you got. You be like, that's a real nigga. I don't want no nigga. I don't want no nigga with lip gloss.
Oh no, nigga with lip gloss. I can't stand you. I don't want no nigga with lip gloss.
I don't want no Shamar Moore. No Morris Chestnut.
Oh my gosh.
no, but
It's beautiful either way. Let me confirm my lunch date. Hold on. But go ahead, talk.
You thoughting on Tinder?
No, I'm starting in my text messages.
Christian Mingle.
is Christian Mingle even still around?
FarmersOnly.com.
Farmers only.
You ain't got to be lonely at FarmersOnly.com.
Farmers only.
I saw the commercial a couple times.
This nigga
Almost
was
thought
like-
about joining. Give me a country girl who wears overalls, corn fed.
Okay,
cornbread.
so
Why you rubbing on my knee? This ain't the time for that.
I wasn't.
We got our
But
own,
it
we
is.
got our own home.
every time is the time.
We got our own house for that.
So how do complications affect like physical, or does it? Because I'm gonna be mad and I'm still on some dick, but
No comment.
No, if I'm mad, I'm mad. Don't ask me for nothing to eat. Don't ask me
ooh,
for nothing.
nigga, you can
I really wanna-
starve.
Don't
no,
ask me for
period.
anything. If I'm mad,
She's an Aries.
don't ask me for anything.
When
Bitch,
she-
you could,
when
nigga,
she
you
mad-
could starve.
But you know what though? Like sometimes when she's mad, I like drag shit out because when she's mad, she leave me alone. So I get like
Oh,
me time.
wow.
You know this already. You know this already. When she's mad, like I'll just, you know,
Or maybe
I'll
I
go
just
do my
want
own
to be
thing.
mad because then I don't got to deal with you either.
Hey, you know what the key to a healthy relationship is? Space.
Hello?
Yeah.
Everybody
Space.
should have their own personal relationships. Friends.
Space.
Work. You know what I'm saying? Business. And then when it's time for family, we come together. But that's a
like-
balance.
Yeah, that's like when we moved to Vegas. Like we would get mad at each other for being out till 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Then we realize like this is
This
Vegas. Shit don't even really.
Shit don't pop till
Yeah,
after
it's
midnight.
Like, it's like now it'll be like, you still alive? Yep.
Right, you
All
okay?
cool.
Good. See you in a couple hours.
Yeah,
See you around
let me
5 or
know.
6.
Like just
Exactly.
come upstairs and so I know when you make it home.
Just wake me up with head. That's cool.
Something.
You're disgusting.
How am I disgusting?
You're disgusting.
How am I
You're
disgusting?
gross, bro.
Oh my gosh, y'all do that.
Don't listen.
No, we don't.
Y'all not trying to make a new baby?
She don't want to have another baby.
I don't blame her. Shit.
Our kids are just really spread
You know what, too?
out right now.
You know what too? Like as much as I would want to have another baby. I don't
Well,
know-
we got Stokely. We
I
don't
don't-
need to have another baby.
I don't know. that I
Stokely
wanna
is our
start
baby.
over. I don't know that I want to start over.
Stokely is
My
our
youngest-
baby.
Yeah, my youngest is 7.
Period.
Like so, about 10 more years. You know, she's gonna be on autopilot, so we can go travel. We can do whatever we want to.
Like unofficially, because I'm not a church person. I'm not religious, and I don't believe in church and stuff like that. But y'all my Stokely's godparents.
Oh, that's cute.
And still we're 5, like 6. That's traveling with 5.
That's fine
already,
because
like-
you turned out to be an amazing human being, and you've learned to be a great husband, and you're an amazing father.
I'm okay.
You know what I'm
I don't know
saying?
that I
And
call myself a great husband.
you're a
I'm
good
okay.
friend. And I know you tried to talk some sense into my baby daddy, but he's just a narcissistic Gemini, and it's just
Whoa,
not
how
gonna
did that happen? I didn't try to talk sense into nobody. He's a cool dude. Like,
No, he's
y'all-
super cool. I
y'all-
love him to death.
Y'all
I
issues
love-
is y'all issues. That don't have nothing to do
Listen.
with me and him.
Listen, at the end of the day,
fuck with both of y'all.
like I said, y'all are cool. He's my baby daddy. He's a narcissistic Gemini, but I love him to death, and I
didn't-
have his back.
I
And
didn't say none of that for the record.
I have his back, and we are loyal to the end. Well, I am, and
He's one of those people that tap in and always show me love. Like no matter what it is, like he tap in on all my work. He always like send me good, like knowledgeable.
yeah, because he's a
posts and
great
stuff.
person.
Yeah, so I'm not.
He's just not a great boyfriend.
So I'm not even a
That's
part of
all.
this conversation because
It's not a bad conversation to be a part of.
You done called him all kind of adjectives.
He is a narcissistic
You done called him
Gemini.
adjectives that I don't want no parts of.
Oh my God. My baby daddy is a great human being. He's a great man. He's a great guy. He's
changing the
a
subject.
terrible boyfriend.
I don't know nothing about that. 'Cause I
But-
never had a boyfriend.
as you
a
should not.
heterosexual man.
But at the end of the day, like, you know, we all gotta, you know, we should come by the house and say hello.
You should. It's been a minute.
If he's allowed to come outside. That's a different story.
I don't want no parts of that. I'm on Instagram scrolling.
Let everybody know where they could check out your work.
You can go on Instagram at Directed by LJ or on my website, www.directedbylj.com. The biggest thing is go tap in with the artists and with the different creatives and the different companies that I work with. Because not only will you see my work, but you'll see why my work was inspired because I work with inspirational people. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Mika, author Mika Jackson.
I'm an authoress.
And
Well, Maya say on Girlfriends, I'm an authoress.
but yeah, you can catch me on Instagram the most. That's where you can find my shenanigans and all my work.
And Miss Nisha is not without a career, honey. Don't get it twisted. Baby's a wife and mama. But you got a career, correct? Mm-hmm. What do you do?
I work in title and escrow.
Hello, we in a real estate,
All these people
bitch.
buying and selling these houses. That's me.
Yeah, so
I'm
when-
finna buy one too.
So when people talk about they want to be like me and own a home, it's because my wife knew what she was doing. Not because I just knew how to get to the money. She knew how to buy the house.
Sign here.
Yeah,
Hello.
she told me how much money to make
It's a
and
difference.
where to sign.
It's a difference between having the money and knowing where to put the money. Okay, and how to do it. So y'all already know who I am. I'm Jae Michelle, the host of Unapologetic Jae podcast on Room Service Radio LV. Follow me on Unapologetic Jae. That's a J, not a G.
Because the G ain't in you.
It's definitely not in me, but okay. But anyways, Room Service Radio LV on Facebook and Instagram, Unapologetic Jae. And then if you want to follow me personally, it's Jae Michelle 22. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening.
And shout out to Room Service Radio, man. My dog K Fly, man. He
K
supports
Fly and
everything
Love.
I do. And Love, you know, like y'all don't know, but she's more talented than she'll let y'all know.
She got more talent in her pinky than y'all got.
For sure.
Period.
For sure. But shout out to them, man. Tap into Room Service Radio too on Thursdays, and make sure you tap into Unapologetic Jae with a J, not a G, because the G ain't in her.
Yo daddy and me with his bank account.
My-
Stay unapologetic. Bye.